Welcome back to the OHSU Effect. It's time to talk about a really fun and exciting partnership between the OHSU Dornbecker Children's Hospital and Nike. The Freestyle shoes, they are designed by Dornbecker patients and they hit stores today. With me now to talk more about this program is Michael Doherty, the Creative Director, Brand Presentation for Nike, and Dr. Stacy Nicholson, Physician-in-Chief at Dornbecker. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
So let's see, Dr. Nicholson, we'll start with you. Tell us how this program came about.
Well, this program, which is now 8 years old, came about when Michael here was looking for something to do to help raise money for Dornbecker. He had just come onto our board of our foundation, and I'll let Michael tell the story about how his son inspired him. But this was really Michael's way of contributing as a board member, and over the years, it's morphed into a really huge program for the hospital. It benefits the patients. The kids who design the shoes really enjoy that process, and it's a very special event for them to do this. And it's become a really important fundraiser for us, and it's helping us make a difference here.
Yeah, Michael, why don't you tell me how you got involved?
Yeah, I was asked by my good friend Linda Miletus to join the board, and fortunately I was approved. And so I was struggling with, they asked me because of my role out at Nike if I would maybe come up with some new ideas for fundraising. And so I was, considering some big ideas. And over dinner one night, my son, who was then a junior at Jesuit High School, he was a shoe collector. And he said, what about a design program that, through Nike? And he said, the shoes, the exclusivity of the shoes will make some money. And so I said, oh, that's a pretty good idea. I went out to Nike and talked to one of the designers, brought him to Dornbecker. He and I took the tour, and then when he came out, he said, let's just combine the two. Let's have the kids design the shoes with designer-developer teams. And so, hence 8 years ago, that program was born.
Yeah. So, the kids are actually hands-on involved in the process, right?
Oh, absolutely. It's not cosmetic. This is not some, what I won't say fake program, but it's not. It's a legitimate where the kids come in, they bring their drawings, they get a profile of the shoe they're going to work on, and they bring all their drawings, and all the elements to the shoe are based on those drawings. And a design development team at Nike just guides them through the process and actually get the shoes manufactured.
So what is the process like for the kids and the designers? Dr. Nicholson, you were telling me, off the air that it's really inspirational for both of them.
I think it is. So each year, 5 or 6 kids are picked by the child life workers at the hospital to participate in. And they're asked if they'd like to do this. And these kids are from a variety of programs. Some kids might have cancer. Some kids might have cystic fibrosis. Some kids might have had a heart defect that's been surgically fixed. And so these kids, then they go out to Nike. They meet their designer. And I think they also have a manufacturing executive that works with them as well. And it's a real team effort. They go out there multiple times. They design their shoe. And at the end, they get to present their shoe at this great unveiling that happens in the fall.
Yeah, which is today. We'll get to that in a second. But Michael, can you talk a little bit more about the process? What's it like for your designers? Are they really excited to do this?
They're totally engaged. It's a program that actually has all the weight of Brand Jordan or Live Strong with Lance Armstrong or any of those. It's a legitimate Nike footwear development, design, manufacturing program. And the design development teams, to a person, in the 8 years that we've been doing it, there's 2 people that are generally two or three developers, a designer. And after the process, everyone, to a person, has said it is clearly one of the best things they had ever done at Nike.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how popular the designs are. I saw pictures, I think it was maybe from last year, lines out the door to get these shoes.
The appetite for these shoes is not suddenly, but over the period of years has become voracious. There are shoe collectors out there that now call the foundation on a regular basis, asking when they can, when the launch of this year's shoes are going to be. And there's all kinds of there's a lot of secrecy around it. So we keep it secret until today, and then the kids have seen their shoes and they get a pair, and we have an auction early. But in reality, today is the day that they launch to the public, and so it's a very exciting time for the kids and for the hospital, for everybody.
Yeah, you said you keep it a secret, but are the shoes widely available? Where can I get them?
Well, my good friend Elliot Hill, that was then the head of retail, I said to him, this is how it works out at Nike, that people they just jump on board, and they do a lot of things that are beyond my control. I mean, they make boxes specially for the shoes, and we had a jacket this year. The apparel wanted to get involved, and they did this spectacular jacket that reflected the designs of all the kids, and we have artwork that is created for it. So it's really something. But in answer to your question, I went to my friend Elliot and I said, hey, would it be possible to sell these shoes at Nike Town? And because basically we're just going to have the auction. And he said, why are you thinking so small? We're Nike. He said, let's put them in all Nike stores and Nike.com. And so Miami, Chicago today, New York, Los Angeles, across the country, these shoes will launch and be displayed in the lobbies of every one of the Nike-owned retail facilities.
Well, when you first started this program 8 years ago, did you ever imagine that it would become so popular?
No. I mean, indeed not. I thought it would be a good way to supplement what they had been doing before, but I had no idea that we will be now, in terms of all the proceeds for the sale of shoes go to Dornbecker. So, we're in, and combined with the event itself and the retail sale of the shoes, we're close to $1 million a year for this program.
Wow, that's great. Dr. Nicholson, I was going to ask about the proceeds. I mean, this has to mean a lot for your hospital.
Oh, it's tremendous. This is now one of our most important fundraising events, and it really grew from nothing 8 years ago to where it is today. And so those funds go to help us develop great programs in cancer, in heart, our neonatology program, and several others. We take care of all kids from the region, regardless of their ability to pay, and so philanthropy really helps us do that. And this is a great partnership. It's also been very beneficial. Michael mentioned the fact that these shoes are sold around the country and on the web, and so the Dornbecker name has gotten out there in a new way, coast to coast, and that's been very helpful. In terms of our brand, Nike is a great brand, and it's really helped get the Dornbecker name out there, which is very helpful when children's hospitals are being ranked. Part of it is reputation, and the main way you get a good reputation, is by delivering great care. But an unanticipated benefit of this has also been the Dornbecker name is getting out there coast to coast.
And I want to add that just so it's clear, this is not about Nike. It's really all about the kids, and to see their faces, to see when they first see their shoe, or when they're involved in the process, which is they're intensely involved. Some of them come with very specific instructions of what they want their shoe to look like. And indeed, at the end, you can look at their opening sketches, and then you could look at the final result, and they're very close, if not the same. So that to me is the payoff here. I mean, besides the monetary, but the kids themselves and how engaged they are, it becomes like a center of their little world at that time, and that's the most rewarding part.
Yeah, we're actually going to meet one of the designers, Daisha, in our next segment. She's out there waiting to come on, and I've seen her shoe. It's very, very cool. And I wanted to ask you, Dr. Nicholson, I mean, how does this affect the kids in their health, in their attitude, stuff like that?
Well, this is a very meaningful thing for the kids who get a chance to do this. In fact, I was recently at an event in Eugene and ran into a young woman who 5 or 6 years ago was a shoe designer, and it was she couldn't stop talking about what a great event that had been for her, and how meaningful that was. So I think the ability of the kids to do something really spectacular and special, most kids never get to design a shoe, much less have it sold coast to coast and have it be on the web. And so it's a very meaningful thing for the kids and for their families. Occasionally at the unveiling, the kids have actually also told very compelling stories about not only their experiences, but about how this has helped them give back to the institution that helped them fight their disease. And so they inspire us each and every day, and this is a way that we can get these kids involved and get them a really great experience. So it's very meaningful to these kids and families.
Yes, well, the Nike Freestyle shoe designed by Dornbecker patients go on sale today, so go out and get yours. Dr. Stacy Nicholson with OHSU and Michael Doherty with Nike, thank you for being here. And coming up in just 5 minutes, we're going to talk to a Nike designer and Daisha, the Dornbecker patient who got to design her shoe. That's next on the OHSU Effect.